Good evening! Well, I hate to be annoying, but it was a really lovely sunny day again today. It's crazy, hot and snow. It's just wonderful. Now, the tip for today is about starting small and starting now. Now, I work with a lot of clients on strategy and people in property who want to be able to have the life that we have, or their own version of that, where you can travel the world, go skiing for 6 weeks, for 10 weeks, or whatever it is that really floats your boat. Now, what is normally the case when someone approaches me at the point of wanting to be able to have a life like this is that it's actually the complete freaking opposite, and maybe that's something you could relate to at the moment. Maybe you feel like your business is running you, that you're running every single hour in the day. Yeah, you're working all the hours in the day, you're working 7 days a week, like 10, 12 hours a day, and you just really want to be able to go skiing for 10 weeks or go travelling, and that couldn't be further from the truth at this point in time in your life. So when I sit down with clients and that's the sort of problem or challenge that they're having, unfortunately the answer isn't straight away, right, let's just go on holiday for 10 weeks, because you can't just go from having a business that's ruling you without the systems, processes and team to make it possible to go and live a life like this. You have to get there gradually. So the first step is, if you want to be able to have a life with more freedom and time, but currently your business and your to-do list is running you, then you have to start small. Maybe the last time you really had a proper holiday or even went away at all, maybe that was years ago. So therefore, step one is this evening, go and book yourself some time away. Right now, plan in the next trip. Even if it's just like a weekend and you go to a spa somewhere in the UK, just do it now, book it in. Because that's the first step to making it happen. You have to break the cycle, and they're shrinking the change essentially. So rather than just going from trying to do you're totally full on in your business to then having to be full on doing completely the opposite, it's about chunking down and making that change much smaller. So therefore, what a lovely tip and a task for today. Go and book yourself a holiday, even if it's something small, and that then we can use to then start to build that momentum towards looking for something bigger. And hey, even if it's not possible to do something right away, book it in for later in this year or even early the following year. But you need to start to make that change now and start blocking out that time to make that possible, because otherwise, I tell you what, it just won't ever happen. And we've been in that position where our business was running us. 2015, I was going to swear quite horrendously there, I stopped myself. It was freaking horrendous. And we only started doing this business in the first place to be able to be out here on the ski slopes. And yet all we were doing was working all the freaking time, and it was absolutely horrendous. And it was only when we started working with a strategist who actually said, why are you doing all of this, guys? What's the point of it? That we actually got back to that, reconnected with the whole point of it, which was to go on holiday. And then you start saying, okay, right, the first step for us was actually not working 7 days a week, taking off Sunday afternoons, making time for me to actually paint my nails and get back time for us. So I've been there. We've really come from the depths of working like dogs in the business to now being here for 10 weeks. So if you want to be able to do the same, you have to start small. Start expanding that time for yourself, for other things. And if it's 10 weeks away skiing or traveling that you want to do, let's put in place a marker in the future and make it happen. So start small to ultimately make it big. Have a lovely evening.